Man, 2016 was a bitch.
Hello everybody, my name is Beefman101, but not all of 2016 was a bitch. This last week was a bitch. So as you know, I think you saw in like the Dying Light episode, or the last one, the Christmas one, I had OBS troubles. Like, the thing that I'm recording my face cam on right now just did not work. And I tried everything to get it back, and I finally got it back. And then something else happened. My face cam would just go, and then after 5 minutes it would go, as I was recording and stuff like that. So, like, you couldn't really see my face cam. I mean, it was there, it was just a picture, though. So, that's kind of why everything was being weird. And then, 2 days later, okay, it was New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve, okay, 2 days later, after all of this, 2 days later, okay, my hard drive, well, my SSD, it failed. I was talking to a friend named Kate. We were on the phone, and as I was talking to him, my computer just restarted itself. I'm like, oh, that's weird. But then it kept restarting itself. It caught itself in a boot loop, and it would not stop restarting over and over again. So I took it downstairs, I opened it up, and for 4 hours, I looked and tried to figure out what the goddamn problem was. I finally figured it out, right? It broke. It's dead. It does not work. This SSD is dead. Now, I'm keeping this, okay, mind you, because I recorded 7-hour-long videos. 7-hour-long videos are on this drive right now, and it's dead. I lost the footage. 7-hour videos. 7. And I am so pissed off about it. I had just gotten into Subnautica. I was 2 episodes deep, and I'm like, hey, big recording day. Let's record 4. Some of my best work ever is on here. I don't even get to see it now. I don't even get to see it, and I am so pissed off about that. I worked so hard to get the stuff I did. I had Dying Lights on there, I had Subnautica, I had Game Dev Tycoons. Now the story's all thrown off, because Dying Light, you kinda need to know the story, right? You kinda need to know what happens. So what I've done to change all this is, I spent $100 on one internal terabyte at the hard drive, and then one external terabyte hard drive. And whenever I make a video now, I'm just gonna share it to all of those, so I keep it. The problem was when I record a video, I leave the video on my desktop until I get around to editing it, and then once it's edited, I will then move it to the different hard drives. But this failed after a big recording day, meaning I lost hours of footage that are not edited. It also contains some of my game and all of my recording software. So all that is gone. I spent the last 2 days, it's now January what, 2nd, 1st? I use it so much, I use this all the time, so I spent the last 2 days getting everything back, all the recording software that I'm using now, all the things like that. I had to get all of them back. And it's kind of very annoying. It's a very annoying process, so I was not looking forward to any of that. Whew. So yeah, I got the 2 new hard drives, they're all set up, they're not as fast as this SSD, which is now broken, which I am very upset about. And yeah. And so, I had even bought new games, okay? And I was literally about to play it. I'm so thankful that I did not start the new series with this SSD, because then I would have lost all that footage and had to start over again. But I do have new content coming out soon. As long as I don't lose the footage. I mean, that would suck. Since all of that happened, I want to do a review of all, like, what I've done. And so, you guys are ready for the next episode. Like Dying Light, I'm gonna have to explain to you what happened. I don't even remember. I'm gonna have to look at the last video I did and what's happened to know. And I'm also gonna do Subnautica and then a tiny bit of Game Dev Tycoon, because I don't remember the last thing we did. But yeah, I'm gonna get this done I'm gonna try to make it real fast, okay? I'm in my file for Game Dev number 4 right now. And so if I zoom along, I think the last thing we did is we did a bunch of things, and then all of a sudden, as it was just about to get good, you know, we got the ones, which were horrible. I still like that edit, that's funny. And then this happened. Game over. We got game over, okay? And we were really close to get, like, if you see this in the corner, it says 36.8k units, okay? Now, if it would have let me have 1 more week, we would have been out of debt, because that right there, 36,000 units, okay, is almost $1 million in sales. So if they'd given us 1 more week, we'd have been there. So that was kind of pissed off, and I was wondering whether I should do another episode or not. And then, you know, I finally decided to do it. I spent an hour recording a new one, and then I lost the footage. So if I, right now, go find my Game Dev Tycoon in my Steam, I will show you what we've done so far. Okay, so we started a new account, okay? It's called Biggie Cheese 101, okay? I thought it was funny in the video, but you don't get to see that now. And so, what has happened is we have now started a new one, and we did so well, okay, that we are almost at $500,000 now. I didn't use the cheats, I didn't use anything like that, I literally just used my stuff. Now it's saying thank you, so... Okay, now if I can just go to, like, what is it, game history? Game history? We made a 7.5, we made a 5.25, we made a 6.75, a 7.25, a 7.5. We did all of these games, and it got us to $500,000, and we were doing really well. We were actually researching more than we were last time. Like in, like, what is it, develop a new game to see that? Yeah, we got all these topics now, which is a little bit more than we had before. And then we're restarting with all the same platforms. We don't have a game engine yet, but that's what we did in Game Dev Tycoon. So the next episode you will see will be an add-on to this, because I lost the other footage. Okay? Now, if we just, I'm just gonna save it. Now, if we go over to Dying Light, I think we did. Just let me look at what we did last time. So I think, oh, here's the one I need to talk to you about. So if I go into here, my Dying Light whole thing ended with 4. I think it was the Christmas episode. Yeah, this was the Christmas episode. This is all the files I used for that. But now I am so lucky I did this before everything just shut down on me. I've never done this before, right? I moved 3 files, the 3 files I used for Dying Light. I moved them around because my desktop was getting full, and I'm like, oh, let's just put this down there and I can go collect it later or whatever. So I did that, meaning that I have Dying Light files for one more episode. Which is completely cool, okay? Because that's number 5 and it's not been edited yet or anything. But I lost episode 6 then. And so episode 6 is gone. So I don't know what you're going to see in this one. If I can just bring up the game footage file for a second. So yeah, see, everything was getting cluttered and like, you can't really see it on this one, but everything was getting cluttered, so I decided to throw it away. Stuff. So I think this one is, we arrived at the school, okay, and there was this whole story about the school, okay? Well, you're gonna see this one anyways, but this is us going through the school, and then, you know, destroying the store, getting all the stuff, and wandering back, talking to a bunch of guys. This guy apparently stole Antizin and then ate it or something, and then we talked to the doctor, right? And so, you'll see all this, but we had to talk to the doctor, and then he asked us to get, like, bolter, like, running things, so we had to go collect bolter stuff, okay? But that kind of, like, that's all that happened, okay, and you're gonna see that. But let me talk about number 6, okay? You can still watch number 5, but let me talk about 6 for a second. So, in 6, okay, after we finished that, we went out and we got the bolters. It was one of the scariest episodes we did, and we ended it at such a bad place. We were on top of a thing, and there were these weird watching guys looking at us, and they came running at us, and, like, I think they killed us at the end, but I'm not so sure. I don't remember any of this, because it was, like, 2 weeks ago, or a week ago, or whatever. So, we went out, and it turns out we already had the bolter stuff. It turns out I bought bolter tissue, or whatever, from a guy who was selling it. I didn't know, I just bought everything he had, being the stupid person that I am. So we bought everything, and it turns out, and then it just says, hey, you don't need to go to the hive anymore, which is good, because I didn't want to do the scary stuff. And it took us all the way back to where we needed to drop it off with the scientist in his little garage shelter next to our base. And so we took it in there and he said, oh, great. And then he said a bunch of scientific discoveries or whatever and said, this is great. And then he said, you need to give this to my partner so he can work on the research. But first, you need to go help this kid. And so, you know, the kid, yeah, what is it? This kid at the end, this guy right here. I don't remember his name. It's like Raheem or something. But that kid, right? Oh, this kid right here. He goes out and tries to bomb the place that we told the guy to wait for, not to like blow it up or anything. But then in this next episode, he runs out. So as I'm giving the scientist his data, I get a call from him saying, "Hey, I'm in big trouble. You need to come help me." So I'm like, oh, okay. So I run over to them, and there was two of them. One of them died on the train track or whatever, and then this guy runs into a train station and hides in a train car. So we go and find him, and he says, you need to plant this bomb somewhere. So we go off on a mission to plant a bomb in a house of some sort. Takes a couple of tries because there's a bunch of runners in there. We finally woke up, and we go back to him, and he's died. He's turned into a zombie, and then we have to snap his neck. Really sad. It was really depressing. Yeah, we kind of missed that though. So he died, and I think we came back, and by that time, while we came back, the scientist was like kidnapped. Okay, the scientist was kidnapped, and his whole trailer research facility was caught on fire. But he's kidnapped, so our mission now was to go and find him, the dead scientist dude. Which is then what I finished on, and what I was going to start episode 7 with. So, it started with, like, you need to go get tissue to the scientist was kidnapped, basically, and then we have to go find him. So, you will see that in Dying Light number 7 when I decide to record it, if any of this makes sense. So, I think we should move on to Subnautica. Now, if I remember, there's only been 2 episodes of Subnautica. I recorded 5. Meaning 3 of them, or whatever, it may have been 6, but like 3 or 4 of them, gone. And what just happened? Okay, so 3 or 4 of them just went. And this is one of the ones I'm most excited about, because if I go into my Subnautica files for a second... Okay, 1 and 2 are here. Meaning I don't have the other ones for 3, 4, 5, and 6, okay? But the last one we did 2 was... Which one was this? The Sea Glide one, yeah. So, in the Sea Glide one, what did we do? I spent 40 minutes looking for the goddamn last Sea Glide fragment. There was only 2. Finally get it, and then we test it out, and then that's it. Then I don't know what I did here. I think I waited until it was day, or I did something. And then, you know, the 3 more episodes went by. So in those 3 episodes, okay, and I'm going to break this down. I'm going to go into Subnautica and actually show you this. If I can find Subnautica, that would be great. Okay, so in these, okay, and I was very upset about this, is I believe we got a sea moth, or, I don't know, I haven't played since that time. I'm so happy that I saved this game on the hard drive that was alive, because otherwise we would have lost our saved data, and I would have had to find that sea moth fragment once more. That would have been quite horrible. So, that sucked. I spent, 4 hours recording, something that you're not even going to see anymore. So it's basically like me went out and farmed for 4 hours and you're going to see the end result. And it was good. You know how I might have mentioned it in the other one, but I said that I was going to start building a base. And I did. I started building a base. That much I remember, and because it took me a whole episode, and I got just a tiny bit through it, because I had to go find the habitat builder, I had to go get these things. I finally got it, okay? We also visited an island. Apparently there's 2, but we went to the one at the back of the thing, I think? And there was a couple bases at the top of mountains here. Yeah, this is the base, okay? We spent so long, okay, just making this one base here, like up here, and I think Henry, or whatever his name is over there. We made this tiny little base here, okay, which I'm gonna add on to it in the next episode, okay? We made this base and we put 3 locks on the wall. I accidentally renamed that one, and I don't know why it's WW, but we got a... God damn it. We got a bunch of lockers like this, and if I can go over there like this, just full of minerals so we can do more things. And I hid my, like, artifacts in here and stuff. We also did a couple more things. I really don't remember, but if I go out for a second, I believe that I don't... Yeah, let's go... Give me a second to go over there, and I'll show you. Okay, so here we are back, okay, and if you look right here, we made a sea moth, okay, and a sea moth is like a bigger ship than a sea glide, and it keeps your oxygen, okay. We made this in like episode 4 before we made the base, okay, and it was like a great accomplishment, okay. Very proud of this. Too bad you're not going to see the process because we had to go close to the aurora and we were almost dead by radiation. It was a whole big thing. So we have a sea moth now. That took like an episode. We have a sea glide that took an episode. Well, that was before. And we made a base that took an episode. Where is my fucking base? Where is my base? Is that it? Over there? Yeah, okay. It's over here. So we spent a long time getting the sea moth, but what we also did was find this island. Now, I'm not going to go back to it because it took a long while to get over there. And it took us like 20 minutes to get over there because we were just wandering around and then we accidentally found it. So we found an island, okay? And I know what it is now. It's like the back and then a little bit that way to the back of the sea moth, or the other way if you're watching this. Okay, whatever. Doesn't matter. Okay, we made the space and we found this island. We went to the island. We scanned a bunch of stuff like a desk. So we have a bunch of materials now. I'm going to try to make this better. We got cool windows. That took a while to get. So we did a lot of progress, but I do want to make this bigger, and I was going to say I was going to add power to this, and I was going to do a whole bunch of things to this. So I was going to make this an actual, like, really cool looking base. But, you know, files corrupted and stuff like that. So now we're here. I'm not going to show you the island because there was only a couple bases at the top. It didn't really matter. We just got what we could find, and then we got out of there. We did get a bunch of cool stuff, though. I don't think there's anything in my inventory to show you that I have. So this cool weird creature. Yeah, I found that, I guess. Yeah, we got a habitat builder. We built all this, okay? Took forever, okay? This is what I'm most upset about because I lost like 4 hours of footage, yes. But it was really, really fun doing it. And it's okay now, because now you have a bunch of cool things to look at. But I will explain this all in the next Subnautica episode. And I believe today my friend Drew, or you might know him as Arsenal Weavile, is coming over today so we can record some videos. That's all basically that happened. I'm so happy I didn't do any of the new series. I'm not going to name them now so you know them, but so happy I didn't do any of the series, really, because the new ones, they would have been ruined. I'd have to start over and it wouldn't be that, like, fresh. But I do have some cool games coming. I got a bunch of money for Christmas, and then I spent it all on games. Yeah. So that's everything you missed. And so, there was a lot of stuff to go through. You missed a whole bunch of stuff like that, and so that kind of sucked. But now I'm back, and I'm going to be recording videos again. I'm going to upload every Wednesday and Sunday like normal. And if you'd notice, I'm so happy that I pre-recorded everything. I pre-recorded like 10 videos, right? And I uploaded them and I edited them because my grandparents came over for basically the month of December. So I spent like the first week in December and the week before after I got back from another pre-record I did because I went on vacation for Thanksgiving. But I pre-recorded 10 videos and I got them all edited and uploaded and scheduled for Wednesday and Sunday uploads. So I am actually very, very happy that I was able to do that. Like if you saw on the Dying Light episode, I recorded that on like the 8th or something. I recorded that on the 8th and then I got it scheduled, and on the 8th I'm like, hey, this is a Christmas, so I put on a cool hat that I found. But yeah, so thank you everybody for watching. I hope this caught you up, and I hope this gets you excited for new things coming out, new series that are going to happen most likely in the next month, or maybe the beginning of February. I'm not quite sure about my schedule. I don't know how long I want things to go on. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch all of you guys in the next video. Bye-bye. You know, I thought SSDs were supposed to be reliable, but this one turned out to be shit.